saw like a platform coming along the side.
Did you see anything else?
Yes, we saw a black man running around.
A little man or what?
From where we looked, he was about this small, but we were quite way away. So he was about our size.
Could you see his face?
No.
What is your name?
My name's Luke now, and I didn't see the spaceship, but I saw the little black. And he was all black, and it looked like he had long hair.
Could you see his face?
No.
Just in the black, what was he wearing?
It just looked like he had long hair, and he was all black.
But he wasn't naked?
No.
What did he have on?
No, that's all he carried.
And you could only see that?
Yeah.
Why? Was he among the trees?
It was just about like a shadow. It just showed a shadow and came.
What is your name?
Triple Bond.
Oh, and you also saw this
Yes, we were all there.
creature?
Yes.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, really.
Did you see the thing, whatever it was?
Giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So this is on Zimbabwe, if I'm saying that right, Zimbabwe, right? And it's the UFO encounter that happened over there. You could probably type in BBC Zimbabwe, and it happened in 1994. And the kids, what the thing about it is kids that's reporting it. So people believe that kids is just pretty much telling what they seen, because it's a lot of kids. And if you look at the whole interview, it's probably a lot, like tens and tens and tens of kids giving their different perspectives of what they seen. Pretty much all the stories match up, and they're saying what they seen is a chariot, which we know is a chariot in the Bible, but they saying they seen a UFO come down, in some trees and stuff like that. And they said they seen beams come out of it, but as you seen these kids right here, they said they seen black man. That's what they said. They said, I seen a black man get out of it, with long hair, or whatever it would have been. We don't know yet. We have to find out. But that's what they said. They seen two of them, and then later on you seeing, my personal opinion is that, these people that's asking them the questions started to tell them that they could talk about the story, but they can't give details, and they started to try to cover up the details because of what these boys are saying. Now the rest of the kids, they're saying we seen little man get out, and some of them are saying they had black on, or they were black men, but some of them ain't really giving details because maybe some of them didn't see. But as you see, these little boys right here said they seen black man, and then she gonna call it a creature, this creature, but there's things going on behind the scene, and now they're grown up and they're giving their stories, but they say they can't really remember, because I think either somebody was paid off, or somebody was scared, or told you could talk about the event but don't give details of the event. So now they're all kind of saying, I don't really remember the details, but I remember the event, which is kind of contradicting, because if you remember that you was at school, you remember you was on a break, you remember where you was at, you remember who was around you, how you don't remember what you seen, when it comes to the actual being. Now they could still give details about the chariot or the UFO. They still giving details, had this lights, the shape of it, but then when it gets to the actual beings that came out, that's where it's kind of being hushed. That's where the truth isn't coming out. We know in the Bible the angels, which the world calls aliens today, are men, right? Because who was it? If I'm pretty much any time, like the angel that was talking to Joseph, it says it was a man, right? Anytime the angels came around, it was a man. The angel that was breaking down, the prophecies to John the Revelator, the angel that was breaking down the prophecies to Esdras, in the book of Ezra in the book of Esdras, right? The angel that was, anytime the angel came down and was dealing with man and giving the man the understanding of what they just seen, it was always like, a man came down, our forefather wrestled with a man, but it says wrestle with an angel, on and on and on, right? So we know that we were created in the Lord's image, in the same thing as the angels, right? So the angels, we look like them, is the correct way to say it. But you know, they look like us, figures like us, man. Because even when you go to second address, I believe that's second address 2, maybe. Yeah, second address 2, like the last 10 verses, you know, where it gives the prophecy of the Lord. It says that he looked like a young man, you know, with the elect, but he was higher stature than the rest of them. But he looks like a young man, right? And we know that today the world will call him a black man, going to Revelations 1, where it gives his image and stuff like that. Revelations 1, Daniel 7, Daniel 10, the Father, it gives the Father image, and we know Yahushua is the splitting image of the Father. So really, we all are, you know. So he would look like a black man. Whether what size, what height, I don't know, because they said that it was kind of far away that they seen, but they gave you his image, right? So they get these. I believe an actual event happened, but they're not able to tell you the true details about the event anymore today. So let's go back.
Could you see his face?
No. And not this small, but we were quite way away. So,
did you see anything else?
yes, we saw a black man running around.
A little man or what?
From where we looked, he was about...
Where they at, they know what a black man look like. And he's telling you, we see a black man running around. They didn't say a black creature or black ape. They said, I seen a black man running around.
This small, but we were quite way away. So it was about our size.
Could you see his face?
No.
What is your name?
My name's Luke now, and I didn't see the spaceship, but I saw the little black guy. He was all black, and it looked like he had long hair.
Now, he's not explaining the creature, right? He said, I seen, one of us, I seen a black man, and he's saying, I seen a black guy. You know, a black guy. Now, he could have said a kid. He could say, I seen a black kid. No, he said, I seen a black guy, right? Just kind of breaking it down.
Could you see his face?
No.
Just in a black, what was he wearing?
And he said he seen hair. So these is like features that you know, don't have to be disputed. It don't take a rocket science. He's telling you what he's seen. I seen a black guy and I seen hair. He's not saying I don't know what it is. It was like some long stuff coming off his head, and it was like a creature with some long stuff coming off his head. No, he's saying I seen a black guy with hair. He's telling you exactly what he's seen. He know that it was hair. You know, just like if I see a woman, if I'm in the mall and I see a woman, you know, a couple stores down from me, I'm gonna be able to tell you I seen a woman with hair. I'm gonna be able to give you details. That's what he's giving you, you know.
It just looked like he had long hair, and he was all black.
But he wasn't naked.
No.
What did he have on?
No, that's all he paid.
And you really see that?
Yeah.
Why? Was he among the trees?
It was just about like a shadow. It just showed a shadow.
What is your name?
Everybody.
And you also saw this
Yes, we were all there.
creature.
Yes.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, really.
Did you see the thing, whatever it was, land?
Yes, after the bell rang, I was walking up to the class, and I just saw flashes in the side of my eye, and that's really what I also...
But you didn't see anything on the ground?
No, I saw it just there.
The shadow?
Yes.
What's your name?
I mean, because you never know. You know, the angels could move really fast. Like think about the movie. Damn, what's that movie? I forgot the name. Twilight, right? And and they got the vampires in there, and then they show scenes with them running through the forest. But when they show them running, to portray them running fast, all you see is just like a shadow. Flash is just running, and they appear here, appear there. You know, so I mean, you never know. Let's let it keep running.
I'm Daniel Mandy, and I saw this silver thing in amongst this clump of trees with this one thing sitting on the side and another thing sort of like running up and down the top.
When you say thing, was it a form of some sort?
Yeah, it almost looked like a real person, except it was really plump.
Not really. think it was? What were your thoughts?
At first I thought it was just some boy from the compound playing around, but.
And you know where they at, you know, a lot of those boys were like little black boys, you know, so they giving you the details.
But the hair it looked more like our hair. It wasn't crazy. That thing almost looked like a hippie.
What's your name?
My name is Emily Barkley. I saw the little black men. They had longish hair, and it was all black, and they had big black eyes. That's all I saw. I saw a glimpse. They kind of turned around and stared, and then went back into a kind of like ship. There was like sort of one big one with quite a few little ones, all scattered.
I mean, so there you go. You know, everybody say the aliens, they're super small. She said she's seen a big one. So, you know, that's, now you could tell, like, the kids that they probably interviewed these kids early on, right after it happened, and the rest of the kids, somebody said, hey, they got a call from up top, this is just me speculating, and said, hey, look, you got to get ahead of this story, you got to clear this up, don't let these kids just come out and tell the full details, you know, tell them what to say now, you know what I mean? Everybody know the event happened, but tell them, kind of direct them what to say, because of probably what these kids were saying in the beginning. They said, look, we seen, she just said, I seen the black man, long hair, big eyes, right?
When you say they had big eyes, show me with your hands the size compared to
They were oval, kind of like that.
oval.
Yes.
I see. And could you see anything else on the face?
No, I couldn't. All as I could see was his hair, and when he turned around, and then
Were you afraid?
Yes, I was.
What did you think it was?
Well, everybody was saying that there were UFOs and everything, so
Other people said they were UFOs.
yeah, people were coming around telling. We were in the classroom and I ran out.
Well, there you go. That's all I'm gonna play of it. You know, they said they seen black man, big eyes, running around. She said she seen a big one with small ones. You know, it is what it is. With that, I'm gonna say salvation to the elect, shalom, because we know that our salvation is gonna come by what the world calls UFOs, right? And the beings that are in those UFOs, which the world calls aliens, which are angels, and the chariots in the Bible is what they operate. But it's all gonna come by the way of our King Yahushua.